My name is Paul Johansson, and as General Chair of ER 2015, together with Andreas Stockholm, I'm very happy to welcome you to the 34th International Conference on Conceptual Model. The ER conference is especially dear to me because it was in fact the first academic conference that I attended, and that was in 1989 in Toronto. And in these beginning years of the ER conference, the conference was in fact mainly a North American activity. If you see here the first 10 years, it was only 2 times in Europe and the rest in North America. Then in the 90s, the ER conference expanded a lot into Europe and also twice into Asia, but still very much in the USA and China. And then, however, from the year 2000 and later on, ER has become a truly international conference, evenly distributed with the 2 Americas and Europe and Asia. And now today we are we're very happy to welcome you here in Stockholm and in our new facilities here, Stockholm University. Åsa, the deputy head of our department, will tell you a bit more about our new facilities here in Kista. And I think that this year we have a very strong program. Not only do we have lots of good, high-quality technical papers, we also have several workshops covering emerging topics in the area. We have tutorials and demos and an educational symposium, PhD symposium, and a panel. And Oscar will fill in some of the details on this. But it's not only a lot of work here, we should also have time to come together, and we have planned also for this. And in particular, we have 2 social events which are taking place in cultural heritage settings of Stockholm, and Erik will tell you more about this later on. So, then again, I would like finally to also to thank everyone that has contributed to this conference, in particular the program committee and all the other committees. But maybe it's, above all, I would like to thank you, to you who have come here and who will help to make ER 2015 a success. So thanks. And with that, Åsa, please, if you could say a few words about the department and Stockholm University and our new facilities here.
Yes, so welcome so much to the Department of Computer and System Sciences. You will also hear DSB, which is a Swedish acronym that stands for Data och Systemvetenskap. My name is Åsa Smedberg, and I'm Deputy Head of the Department. And we're so pleased, as Paul said, to be the hosting department for this ER conference this year. And I will just give you some words about DSB. So the department was established in 65-66. We started the academic activities in 66. So next year we will celebrate our 50th anniversary. And we're actually the oldest IT department in Sweden and the largest department at Stockholm University. About Stockholm University, it was founded in 1878. And it has around 4.6 billion Swedish crowns in revenues, which is approximately $500 million US. It has 70,000 students per year in the system. And in comparison then to the department, we have 240 employees, 16 full professors and 41 senior lecturers. We have a turnover of 230 million Swedish crowns, which is approximately $28 million US. And Stockholm University has 4 different faculties. You have the Faculty of Law, the Faculty of Humanities, the Faculty of Science, and then we have the Faculty of Social Sciences. And the fact that we belong to the Faculty of Social Sciences sort of shows or mirrors what we do here at DSB, that we engage in research and education in the design, construction, and use of IT systems in their contexts. So we're not primarily interested in the technology in itself, but how it is being used and how it can sort of put benefit to people's lives and work lives and private lives, organizations, and in society. We focus on research, graduate and undergraduate education. So we have, at the moment, we have 10 master programs. 5 of them are online or distance programs. All of them are taught in English. And we have 9 bachelor programs starting this fall. And we have around 5,000 to 6,000 students in the system every year. What else about us? We cooperate with the society at large, so we also cooperate with cultural institutes, with the industry, and with the social community. And we're located here in Kista Science City, which is one of the largest IT clusters in the world, and it's the largest in Europe. And sometimes it is also called Sweden's Silicon Valley. And we have more than 1,000 larger and smaller ICT companies here in Kista, and around 40,000 people come here every day to work or study. We would also like to welcome you to our new and modern facilities here in Kista, the Nord building. And it was just recently built, actually. So last year, in the summer of 2014, we could move in. And DSB was also part of the design process. So we designed the different lecture halls, the open spaces that you will see on the 2nd floor. We used all the knowledge and understanding and our experiences to do that, and we hope you will like it. Node is node in English, and it stands for node in a network. And together with the other actors here in the building, it is sort of a meeting place for research, learning, cultural and trade and industry. And the premises and IT environment offer modern forms of education and learning. So what we have done here is that we have several lecture halls equipped with video conference technique. And the 3 largest lecture halls, including this one, which is the largest one, can be connected through fiber and give lectures to groups of students up to 500 students at the same time. And the lectures are also streamed out and they're recorded, which means that the students can see the lectures at any time and any place if they like to. And we have also open spaces for student collaboration on the 2nd floor that you will see, designed for student collaboration. And 29 small group rooms for their project work, equipped with IT, such as LED monitors, computers, so they can interact and work effectively together and visualize their work in the room. But we're not only interested in the IT environment, we're also interested in the environment at large. So we like to think green, as we say. Good planets are hard to find. So we engage in waste management, for instance. You will find several recycling stations on the 2nd floor. And we also have something called pull print technique to save paper. And also the ventilation system in the whole building is designed as to reduce energy consumption. So with these few words, I'd like to welcome you to our department, DSB, And we really hope that you will enjoy the ER conference in the premises of DSV. So welcome.
Well, good morning to everybody. The program co-shared, in fact, together with my colleague and friend Steve, Lidl, and Molly, that unfortunately couldn't be here, but she just sent me all Christmas regards to all of us. So my role here is just to give a summary of our program adventure. It was quite nice work. We didn't have any problem. First of all, we are just joining the welcome to Sweden. We are really happy to be here with you, and it's a beautiful city, a beautiful country. Of course, we are plenty of time to enjoy and discover the charm of the city, but before and after the working time, only in our free time. We were a team of 5 people, the 3 program chairs, together with the continued support of Paul and Andreas, that were the conference chairs. The main numbers are here. You can see that we had up to 144 abstracts that become formal submissions in 131 cases. The number of full papers accepted was 26. That makes strict acceptance rates below 20%, last 19.9. We completed this award with acceptance of up to 15 short papers, with a total acceptance rate of these short papers of 34% in statistical terms. There were a lot of reviews, 388, with external reviewers and external reviews, but I think that the pros was under the strict control of all the 3 teachers and the 2 conferences. And as I told you, everything was running. Every paper had its 3 reviews. And as I will tell you in the next slide, the program board committee did a very good job in helping us to get the final decisions. This is just interesting. It's an easy chair statistic that is giving us a view about the participation depending on the countries. So it's good for us to see what is our audience, to see what people we must take care of, because they are providing a strong input to our conference, and in which markets we should try to get more people interested, because we have still a lot of space there to improve. It's interesting to see that Brazil is the winner. Brazil is a number of authors and submitted papers, together with Germany. You can see here the data: France, Germany, Italy, and in the next slide, you can see also Spain was well located. So these are the 3-4 main contributions. I think it's interesting to see that we should try to have more contributions for other American countries. It's interesting to see that Brazil is so high and the others are almost absent. I think that Asia is the big challenge for ER. We needed to attract the people that are working in conceptual modeling on Asia in general, Australia. And I think that the next year conference in Japan is going to help a lot in this direction. And also probably some other European countries and United States and Canada should be still stronger, and we can just work on this direction. But anyway, let me just finish this short summary, just focusing on the main part or the main explanation that explains why our work at the end has been so positive. I think that having a program board committee that was formed by 17 senior program committee members is a very good idea, because their role was very clear. They were assigned a set of 6-7 papers, and their responsibility was to be sure to assess that the quality of the reviews on the first step was correct for the quality that ER requires, and also to manage discrepancies when it was some different opinions in advance, trying to make the 3 reviewers discuss and, if possible, to find an agreement. So this is why our final PC chair meeting was very agile, in the sense that we had just a clear view of where were the problems. So we could focus on these few papers that had different opinions, and we just focus on them using all the modern communication facilities through internet, Skype, and so on, together with Steve, Molly. And I think that, I mean, we were wondering at the beginning if a presential program board meeting was required. I think that it's too expensive, too costly, and if the program board members do the work well as it was the case, it is probably not required in terms of cost benefit. So we just were discussing, as I told you, with the participation of the board reviewer in the complicated cases. We reached a decision. Of course, reaching a decision is always controversial, because if the paper is accepted, everybody is happy, but it's rejected, especially the authors are not happy at all. And sometimes when we have to manage between different opinions among colleagues, this is, as you can guess, a little bit delicate, but I mean, we did it, and we did it quite, I have nothing bad to report you, no news, good news in this sense, and everything just ran smoothly. So this is basically all that you will enjoy the technical program that has been configured. I think that is plenty of possibilities. Maybe for me the main critical that I could do is that I want us to participate in many things in parallel. So this is a good sign on the one side, on the other side is a problem, because it means that there are you cannot assist to all the things that you would like to assist. But I hope that you will appreciate this work and you will enjoy the conference. That is the most important. Thank you very much. We are open to ask any questions during the 3 days about any curiosity or any concrete information that you want to know. We are completely open, Steve and myself, to answer any question you have about anything. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And the next person will be Erik, who will tell us about a bit of the practical and the conference organization.
Good morning, everybody. I found it quite interesting that so many Brazilians are going to travel across the world to Stockholm this time of year. But I guess you know what our Januaries are like, so you can go to it okay. Actually, the weather's not too bad. So, at any rate, I am the organizing co-chair along with Maria Ercolz and also Iad Zika. He's got the video camera. So if you see any of us, the three of us, and you have any questions about payments, registrations, social events, please feel free to contact us. The registration desk will be open all day from 8 till approximately 4:30. So if you have any questions, you can always go there. Okay? And great. So again, building a bit of what Åsa mentioned, we try to mix the old and the new with this conference. Sweden is an old country, but we also try to be quite forward-looking in our adoption of technology and trying to blend the two together and to create a nice social experience here to live, but also to welcome our guests. So, we focused on representing Swedish heritage as much as we could. The special gifts that the paper presenters will get should reflect that. I don't want to give away a surprise. Locally produced products, including food for lunches. A lot of the candy that you have, other than the typical Snickers, is from Sweden. And everything that we've had in terms of production, we try to have recycled and organic. And to reduce our eco-footprint, we are using public transportation to get you to events. Partly because there's no central hotel. That was also a practical consideration. Any tickets that you need for public transportation we provide, and you can collect those at the registration desks. Okay? And also, just to touch a little bit on the technical innovations this weekend, we of course have Ericsson, which invented mobile phone technology. MySQL, the database, was originated here. Spotify was started by a Swede, partly developed here. And, Skype. Spotify was developed, obviously. Candy Crush, which some of you might be addicted to, was also Swedish. Next slide, please. Okay. So tonight we have a welcome reception at the City Hall, Stadshuset. This is where the dinner for the Nobel Prizes are held every December 10th. Stockholm City has graciously provided us the space. So tickets are available for both Metro Transit and also for the reception after lunch today at the registration desk. So just pick up a ticket. We'll give you Metro tickets if you need them, and we'll see you there later tonight. Okay? So this is the Gold Hall. This is one of the reception halls. So that's later tonight. And here's some details. The subway station is on the same line, the blue line, that is from Kista. You take it to one station before the central station. It's called Rådhuset. And from there, it's about a 5 to 10 minute walk. It takes you down to the waterfront. And there's good signs. So, and it's Sweden. We try to run things on time, so please be there at 7 p.m. sharp. That's when everything will start. So the conference dinner is tomorrow evening on Tuesday. This will be held at the Boston Museum. This is a ship from the Swedish Navy that sunk on its maiden voyage in 1628, I think. And it was pulled out of Stockholm Harbor in the 1960s. It's 95% original, and will be seated around the base of the table for dinner tomorrow night. And people can come. It's listed in the program as starting at 7 o'clock, but we have the museum starting at 6:30. So if you want to come early, please come and enjoy it. We have tours scheduled as well. I'll try to remind you tomorrow about that too. So the directions to get to the Boston Museum are also found in the back of your program. Basically, you'll go to the last stop on the blue line, and then you can walk about 250 meters to catch the tram. That's the way I would recommend it. It takes you directly there. Also, from the downtown central station, you can take any of these buses, or you can walk. It's quite a nice walk. It's along probably the nicest or fanciest area in Stockholm called Strandvägen. So that's where the people, 2 of the people from Ada have their apartment there. So you can't see them, but they're there. And practical details. So all coffees and all lunches are held right out here in what we call open space. And those times or schedules are available on your schedule. Your security badges that you received this morning are needed to get into the building. And the code for that is 1015, so October 2015. And last thing, we have postcards available for you when you leave the conference. So take a couple postcards, fill them out, and we'll mail them for you. And at the same time, we would love to collect your badges, because we have to pay about €5 for every badge we don't return. So just to kind of help us out, we'll help you out too. I think that's all the practical details that I have to speak about. So if there's anything, again, that you need from us, our volunteers are wearing blue baseball caps. This is Stockholm University. So anybody, anything you need, please just ask. Okay? Thank you.